everybody, it's me, Julie, and I am working on a new journal, popping in to show you some embellishments I'm making. I'm showing you this old book I picked up at the thrift store. It is such a cute little book, but you can see it's been written on and the corners are stained, the covers are wet and pulling apart. This book is not salvageable. Nobody wants it at this point, so I am going to rip it apart and use it here. I've focused on these giraffe images. I don't know why, but they're just speaking to me. And I found this old envelope tucked away in a drawer. I'm not gonna lie, my husband throws away all the business envelopes, so it's always a fight for me to get one in my own house. So I just happened to run across this one in a drawer where I keep some of my printing papers, and there it was. So I'm going to use it. First thing I'm going to do is turn this large section window into a lift up flap. I'm just realizing I've got to seal it, so I licked it. Yeah, I did. All right, now I'm just going to cut a little sliver there off each side so that it lifts up and creates a little interactive moment there in my journal. I'm going to find the giraffe in the window, and that's where he's going to live. I'm super excited. I know you don't necessarily think giraffe for office theme, because I am going to put this into an office themed stationery type journal, but I don't know. It just seemed just perfect to me, so just going with it at this point. All right, I'm happy with him just kind of fitting right in the window there. There he is. Look how cute he is. All right, he's glued down, and that's where he's going to live. Okay, I just have a little bit of a gap between the edge of the envelope and the edge of the paper, so I'm just going in with some washi tape and I think it's some Tim Holtz tissue tape maybe. And of course, I did put it on upside down, so you see me take it off and put it on the right way. So now the letters are, facing the right way. A little bit of an OCD moment right there. Okay, I found this fabric. I think it is from my friend Tina when she let me go through her stash of fabrics. And this cute little glasses. I do have a little Project Life card which is a giraffe with glasses on it. And I think that's what was inspiring me with the glasses. So that's why I pulled them out. But I think they're also office-y, the little glasses. So that's why I'm using it here for this journal. Now I'm trying to figure out a way to my placement for this hole on this fabric. So I've got a stylus here, and spoiler alert, it does absolutely nothing. There is no indentation in the fabric that I can see in any way, shape, or form. So that was hopeful, but very ineffective. So what I did end up doing was I could see through the fabric into the window hole. Right, and I was trying different things underneath it to make it even more visible, but the best way was just to have it closed and have the giraffe, the dark background, be coming through the fabric. And you can kind of see it here in the light, and I've just grabbed that pencil there and just traced around it, and now I'm cutting it out. It's a very imperfect hole when I end up cutting it, but that's kind of, I'm not going for perfection at this point. I'm looking for just getting the hole in the basic right spot and then I can embellish and cover up any flaws. And there it is. Not the worst thing ever. I think I had the fabric the other way, and then when I flipped it over, it was kind of wrong, but I'm just going to go with it. I think it looks pretty good there. I like the glasses. It looks relatively straight. Just going in with some Fabri-Tac and going to attach it right there before I trim it off. That turned out super cute. I'm really proud of myself at this moment, I'm not gonna lie. I turned out better than I thought I could do, so. Okay, so I do have a few issues at the bottom. There is some gappage, so I'm grabbing some of my new bloom tape, and I'm going to go ahead and just create a little washi tape collage right there at the bottom to fill in the gap that I missed with the fabric. These are brand new tapes. I love her tape, and I'm very excited to use it on this project. She usually has lots of florals, but she's got some great text too, and so that is officey to me, so I'm adding it right in there. All right, I'm just going to trim off this giraffe paper now and look and see how that looks. I'm going to pull that fabric out. I am going to wrap it around on the inside when I get the inside covered. I'm just doing a little trimming up of the fabric and leaving a little bit of an edge once again so I can wrap it around on the inside. I love where this is going. I've got this piece of paper now and I want to cover the inside of the window part of the envelope now, and I'm just trying to figure out how to get the hole in the right place, and all I did was put the scrap I cut off first in the hole, put the paper on it, and then just picked it up in the spot. Now I'm just tracing it and I'm going to cut it out and hopefully have it in the right spot. Hey, that looks pretty good. I am pretty proud of myself once again at this point. I see there's a couple of flaws, so I'm just going to trim it up just a little bit, but I'm also going to use washi tape to cover up any weird edges here when I'm finishing it, so I'm not going to be too precious about it. Now I realize it's a little bit too wide, so I'm just trimming up some of the edging just to get it to fit inside the envelope shape. And a little more trimmy on the window, and there we go. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, I have everything glued down really nicely, and I've taken the edge of the fabric and just flopped it over onto that blue stripe paper. And I love the raw edges, the way it kind of looks distressed and a little bit vintage. And I want to trim everything up, and then I think I'm going to hit it with the distress ink and do some inking on all the edges. That is distress ink in old paper. One of my favorite colors. Okay, now I'm coming in with my die cut playlist. This is just a book where I keep a lot of my die cut ephemeras. That packaging that I have here is some Tim Holtz numbers or something. I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, I wanted a couple of these to cover up some of the flaws that are on the front window of my envelope. So I'm just picking 3 at random that I think will work pretty well. There we go. And I'm just covering up, like I said, any flaws or peekaboo moments you can see with the window there. I'm going to go ahead and ink those up too and get them glued on. I'm just going to put a teeny tiny bit of washi tape down along one of the edges just to add a little bit more layering and coverage on some of my flawed areas, and it just creates a nice little moment right there. And then I'm going to glue these labels down. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I love it. And then onto the inside, you can see there some of the white is peeking through where my cuts were imperfect. So I'm going to go in with some washi tape again and just create a little frame, a very, very distressed frame in washi tape around that window. I'm not even using the same tape. I think I used 3 or 4 different ones. I think most of them are in the same width. So it looks, you know, continuous. I love the Tim Holtz Stitchy tape because it is a little bit transparent and you kind of get those peekaboo moments with some of the things that are behind it coming through. And there we go. How cute. I love it. Very happy. All right, now it's time to turn my attention to the other half of the envelope where the mama giraffe is going to be looking through the window. I found this memo card. I thought it would go perfect and fit right into the envelope pocket. I'm going to go ahead and seal that envelope flap down as well. And I'm pulling in my mama giraffe picture. And of course, this one is a little bit more complicated because I'm not cutting the envelope open and being able to line the picture up. That way I've kind of got to eyeball it and then slide it in with some glue on it. So I just put it kind of where I wanted it and then just trimmed around the whole envelope shape. And of course, the envelope, cutting around the envelope, the paper is bigger, so I've just got to trim it down a little bit and get it to slide in, and boom, it slides right in. And her face is a little bit off, so a little bit more trimsies. And her face is definitely bigger than the window, but I'm okay with that. Turns out pretty good. So I'm just going to go in with some Fabri-Tac all over the back and then do my best to gently slide it in and try not to drop it. It takes a minute, but eventually there it goes, right on in. And then I just press it down, let it dry, and there she is. Super duper duper cute. Okay, now I've got this piece of scrapbook paper and I want to cover the envelope with it. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to cut out the window. All right, I can't see through it. I can't trace it. What am I going to do? Like, really, I'm sitting here going, like, what do other people do? Why didn't I watch some videos beforehand of what people do? But I am an art teacher, and the best thing I came up with was a graphite transfer real quick. So I happened to grab this waxy highlighter thing, usually used for Bible journaling. It's yellowy gold. It's pretty bright. So I'm putting it around the whole edge of the window. And then I'm going to go ahead and burnish. I put the scrapbook paper on and then burnish all around where the window is. And then hopefully the waxy crayon will lift up, and there it is. I can see exactly where the window is. I'm very, very proud of myself again at this moment because I figured it out. I love that. I love when I can figure it out. It's so satisfying. All right, so I'm just cutting that window out of that paper and putting it on, and look at that. Like, that's pretty good. I did a good job. Yay me. So I'm just going to add some glue, put it on. You can see a little peek of the yellow that's on the envelope peeking through, but I kind of like the moment there. It kind of gives it another layer of, you know, color right in there. And of course, I'm going to go in with my distress ink and distress all over the whole thing. Okay, so now I just need to do a little embellishing. On the way over to my punch table, I found this scrap of Tim Holtz paper, and I thought it'd be perfect to create a border. So I'm just lining it up and cutting it off, and probably inking it up a little bit before I add it right there on the front of that pocket. Of course, the memo card needs a little bit of distressing as well. Okay, I'm just about done. I'm just going to add a few more finishing touches. This thumb notch here, I'm going to just distress where I chopped off that circle piece real quick. My memo card needs a few details on it. Some more of the Tim Holtz paper plus this little scrap of fabric, which is coincidentally the same fabric I'm using on the spine of this journal. I love how things tie together like that. So I stapled it on first, and then I cut the piece to be the border so that the staple wouldn't be sitting on top. Just inking up all the edges, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue it down right there. And a little bit of wrinkling and making sure there's a little fold when I glue it down, just to add some interest. Make it look like it's old paper. And just a few more details, just like that, it is done. I'm so excited to add these to my journal. I can't wait to show you the whole journal and what it's looking like. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and share. I just want to keep making content for you guys. So just let me know that you enjoy watching. Thanks so much. Have a great one. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.